Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. The purpose of this video today is going to be a flip through of Grimm Fairy Tales, adult coloring book by Jade Summer. And I just recently purchased this from Amazon not very long ago. And I got this because Grace Fonseca was having a color along and I wanted to go ahead and get a couple of Jade Summer books. I'd not been very familiar with her artwork before, but Grace really likes this author, so I thought, I'd give her a try and see how I like the books. And I'm glad I did because I really like her pictures. They're very detailed. They're going to take you quite a long time to color in, but they're very, very nice pictures. Beautiful pictures, in fact. I really enjoy her artwork. So anyway, I will leave the link on Amazon to this book in the description section of this video. Now, just as a small little disclosure, I do get a small, tiny little kickback from if people buy books like through the links that I provide. Like if people buy products through my links, I do get a small little kickback, and that just goes to help support the channel so that I can get so that I can show you new things and just kind of keep things fresh and new and have things to show you guys. So it's not much. It's just kind of a little cushion, I guess, to kind of help out with that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started in the book. Now, this looks to be a regular size coloring book, and I'm guessing like 8.5 by 11 or maybe like 8 by 12 or something, 8.5 by 12, something like that. So it's a standard size coloring book. And here are the stories that you're going to be seeing in this coloring book. We have Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, so there's 25 images in this book. There's actually 50 pages in this book, but there's 25 of each image, which means that there's going to be 2 of each image in here. I think a lot of these indie authors are doing that so that you get 2 copies of each of the image in case you mess one up or if you want to color it differently. So I know some people really like that, some people don't. I could take it either way, I really don't care, really. So it's not a deal breaker for me to have duplicates or anything. And it's not like you're going to get through this coloring book in a week because the pictures are very detailed, so it is going to take you quite a long time to color this in. So let me show you just how thick this is. And I'm going to show you something on the bottom. Like I thought at first that I had a little defect, but what they have done here on the bottom, if you can see this little indent right there, let me try to turn the book so that you guys can see the little indent. Let's see. Let me just open the cover. Now, can you guys see the little indent right there? That signals the second set of pages. So, like if you put your finger on the little indent right here, you can flip to this page and you get. It's the start of your second set of pages right there. So it begins with Cinderella, okay? So that's kind of handy because then you're not going to be looking, flipping and flipping constantly to try to get to your second set of pages. So let's go ahead and flip through the book, okay? So these are going to be single-sided pages. Now, the spine is a little stiff, so if you want to get it to lie flat, you got to kind of mess with it just a little bit. But just be careful because it is a soft-bound cover, and you don't want to rip it. So here's our copyright page. And then here is these first 2 pages are just the standard that you get in her books. On here, I think this is a picture of her with her signature right there. And then it just talks about like free downloads and digital copies and stuff right there about the book. So if you look at it's going to start out with Cinderella, so you can color the title page for Cinderella, which is very nice. Now, as you look on the left-hand side of the paper of the book, the pages are black, so it's not going to show your bleed through stuff as much, I don't think. Now, this paper is pretty thin. I believe it's the Create Space paper, which is not the best paper. So that's probably the only thing I really don't like about these books is the paper. I wish we had better paper to work with. But I do like that the left-hand side is black so that it kind of adds a little extra protection from bleed through, but just be mindful of how thin this paper is and do put something in between your pages to protect your next image, just as a safety precaution. If you use wet media, be careful of how much water you use because this paper will be destroyed in a heartbeat if you're not careful. So All right, let's go ahead and get to the more of the flip through. So here's our title page for Cinderella, okay? Now, again, like I said, these pages are pretty difficult. There's some that are a little bit more difficult than others, but they are pretty detailed. So it will take you quite a while to color them in. And the lines are pretty thin. They're not real thick black lines. So if you like thinner lines, you'll enjoy this. You'll enjoy coloring this in. And I believe you get like 5 images per story. Okay. So now we're moving on to, was it Sleeping Beauty, I think? I think it's Sleeping Beauty and then Snow White. Okay. So here is our pages for that story. Okay. And again, like the beginning of all of these stories, you get the colorable title page, which is very, very nice. And again, 5 images per story. Okay. Sometimes the pages like to stick together, but this is the kind of book that you can add a lot of stickles to because, you know, princesses. Princesses and pretty pictures, you know, they're very, very pretty. Oh, that was a very profound. Pretty pictures and stuff. Yeah, they're very pretty. Oh gosh. But anyway, these would be very suitable for stickles just because of the subject matter. That's a better way of putting it. And our last story is going to be Little Red Riding Hood. Again, a nice title page to color. But like I said, there's Cinderella, there's Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, and Little Red Riding Hood. Okay. Let's see, did that stick together? I don't think it did. Okay. I'm hitting my tripod. Sorry, guys. Okay. So we're almost to the end of it, and we just have a few more pages left. But as you can see, like I said, the pages are pretty detailed. Okay, here's our last story. I think there's also Rumpelstiltskin in here too. It didn't show Rumpelstiltskin, but I believe there's Rumpelstiltskin in here as well. Okay. Which is pretty cool. So that brings us to the start of Cinderella again. And these are just the second set of pages, so I'm not going to flip through the rest of it. But it's pretty divided up, you know, half and half. But this starts the second set of pages. But if you go to the back, let's see. Again, we have her social media. You can join her Facebook group. So you can pause the video to read that page if you want to. And then a pretty similar page to what we get on the front of the book. And then I do like that we have a test page that you can test your mediums out on to see how it reacts with this paper. The back of the inside cover has nothing. And then here is the back of the book. So yeah, I think there's like 5 fairy tales in here. Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, and then I believe there's also Rumpelstiltskin in here as well. So that concludes the flip through of Grimm Fairy Tales by Jade Summer. Again, the link to this book from Amazon will be in the description section, so you can check that out if you're interested in this book. And go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, better yet, hit the bell, so then you'll be notified as soon as I upload new videos. You guys have a great day. Hit the like button, and we'll talk to you guys in the next video. All right, bye guys.